heard of a living will, living wills and all of these documents actually are different state to state. So if somebody, if your friend Susie from Texas says, well, I've got this and my lawyer said, I need to have this and do it this way. Well, that may be a great idea in Texas, but we don't live in Texas, and Colorado's laws are different than Texas laws when it comes to all of these matters. So that's important to understand. And in Colorado, a living will is a very specific document. It only works in 2 situations. The first situation is you have a terminal illness and you cannot make decisions for yourself. You're incapacitated for some reason. The second situation is you are in a persistent vegetative state. If you remember Terri Schiavo, this is where living wills came from and became popular. Terri Schiavo was in a persistent vegetative state. Her husband wanted to take her off of the artificial nutrition. Her parents didn't want that. It became a big lawsuit. So this document says, allows you to say, if I'm in either of these situations, I do or I do not want artificial hydration, water, nutrition, feeding tubes. I do or do not want artificial respiration, breathing tubes. Now, the problem with this document is it requires doctors to be willing to say this person is either terminal or in a persistent vegetative state, and they have to put it in writing. And doctors don't like to do that because things aren't always clear to them. And they don't want to be liable for saying that something is happening and then it doesn't turn out that they were right. So it can be difficult to get those doctors' determinations. If for some reason there's no family, there's no medical agent, they have to wait 2 days before they will use the living will, trying to find those people. But it does allow you to give very clear directions about those things. Now, you can do the same thing in a medical power of attorney. You can say, hey, if I'm a vegetable, don't keep me on life support. And those kinds of things. You can tell your medical agent that. So a medical agent, an agent under medical power of attorney, can do all of these things if you just let them know that that's what you want. So you don't necessarily have to have this document if you have your medical power of attorney and that agent that you've explained things to. And you can have a successor agent who can step in if the first agent is not available or able to do what they need to do. And the thing I have